Hey, record loving friends, it's Brian from TokyoRecordStyle. I am in the backstreets of Shibuya. I'm guessing this is the Shibuya ward, and I am near where the Toyoku line used to run, a very nice train line that took you from Shibuya Station to Daikanyama and Meguro and Gakuge Daigaku and a bunch of young, hip neighborhoods. And they've since put the train underground, and on top of it, they've built some cool mixed-use buildings and some interesting hotels and cafes and whatnot. And something that has caught my eye after rediscovering this neighborhood is this really, really groovy record shop and this building that sits upon it. It's called Ultra Shibuya. It's actually the closest record shop to my office, and it's unique among the record shops in Tokyo. And I wanted to share it with you today. And what makes this record shop pretty interesting is that beyond just a record shop, it's also a production house and a label. And they have been in business for 40 years. I'll have to ask Asada-san, the manager today, how long the shop has been here. I'm not totally sure. I don't think it goes back as far as the label, but the label is called Ultra Vybe, and Ultra Vybe is an importer of notably indie music and indie music from around the world, and the music that they put out on their own labels is also J-indie and J-rock music. And it's a really good vibe and a really good record store, and they have both new and used records, and I want to encourage you to come down and check out Ultra Shibuya. The neon sign out front looks really great, especially as the night is beginning and this day is coming to an end. Not every record shop has a neon sign. So let me give you a little tour of the record shop. The first thing to notice is that this is the entrance to several floors of production offices that are upstairs where some 40 to 50 people work and who are liaising with labels around the world, who bring artists here and who do a little bit of exporting as well. And I get a lot of emails from artist friends who are trying to get their records into Japan. I never really know quite what to tell them except to check out Ultra Vybe. Go check out this label and see if it might be a right fit for you. You can see on their website what artists are on their label. Most of the people that ask me about breaking into the Japan market with their records produced overseas, this is where I tend to point them. So right when you walk in, you have a Purikura, a print club, which is kind of fun. You've got an artist that's being featured today, Yamazaki Yohane. She is a very famous idol artist who I should know about. Probably my kids know about her, but she's from a long legacy of a famous idol group that if you are deep into J-pop and idol bands, you will know about them. Posters of some of the bands and artists and idol groups that they represent, and affordable CDs here, and some spillover of DVDs, new records. I saw lots of cool, interesting import stuff. 4,000 yen for Napoleon Dynamite, ON, some cool, interesting titles. Dropkick Murphys, here's a copy of Bleach, a deluxe edition for 5,000 yen. That's a good price. Yeah, lots of new records here. The Stop Making Sense, David Byrne, new one. There's some gacha gacha out here. I don't know what's going on, but some of the funny kind of music-related gacha gachas that have some of the artists that are being featured, and lots of tours and lots of signatures. And oh, I saw her at Summer Sonic. She's really cool. So yeah, welcome to Ultra Shibuya. It's got a really groovy, vibrant vibe. Heaps of CDs, a little stage area over here, new and used records on top and below. There's more around here. I'll show you around the place. And a very big thank you to Asada-san, who's always very friendly to me and who always welcomes me into the shop. He's like, go for it. So thank you again, Asada-san. Hontoni arigatou gozaimasu. And he knows well about the legacy and the history of Ultra Shibuya and Ultra Vybe. And they have a full, awesome mixing board. And if you want to, you can actually come and host an event here. They have a full-on PA system. I actually haven't been to a show here, but I've walked past it and driven past it while it's chock full of people and it's really going off. I would love to have an event here sometime. If I could rally enough of a posse to come, it would be a great chance. A lot of the CDs are on the Vybe, Ultra Vybe label. Some of these records on their catalog. I love the cover of this one. これは何? Dongurize. Dongurize はどんな感じ? Dongurize. Dongurize は服の Dongurize じゃない. Dongurize. Okay, Dongurize は these two guys. They look kind of fun. どんな感じ? Hip hop, dub, mixed together. Okay. And lots of, I mean, I should level up my knowledge of J indie and J rock stuff. And they have lots of stuff. And then over here, some features for today's exhibition. City Lights by Tanaka Yuki-san. Tanaka Yuki-san. So I gotta check them out. And Tiny Yawn Into the Blue. These look really cool, like J indie rock. And then they have new records here, import stuff. And you'll see some familiar things, represses. Nirvana again. This is a cool, import with the Japanese obi. Yeah, there's something for everybody here. And there's actually overstock and sometimes less expensive records down here on the bottom. Heaps of 7 inches. Record store day. Sometimes this is like a Japanese only record store day. This looks like Daidokai, kedo Daidokai janai. Nande kore nante no? Tompe, Hey You Blues. Hey You Blues. This was a record store day, only in Japan record store day release. And yeah, look at this, like little 7-inch with the obi on it. That's funky. Okay, so lots of things that didn't sell out yet for Record Store Day. New 7 inches, soul, more spillover down here. A groovy full-on PA system. Looks like they got multiple pairs of speakers. I'm always walking out of here with some 7 inches. Sometimes if I just want to get a little fix on, I'll come here for a 7-inch. And Asuka-san knows a lot of this music, so he can kind of give me some tips about some of this stuff. And then stuff that's on sale. There's, oh man, that's tempting. Oh, I bought my desaturating 7 here. Oh, that's tempting. Primus and the Chocolate Factory. Okay, and things get priced down, and you can actually always find kind of a good deal here on new whack. Okay, this is like all kinds of stuff that I love. Yeah, more featured stuff happening right now. Kneecap. You guys will know better than me. Frico. From Frico wa doko kara? UK na kanji ne. So yeah, some kind of young and upcoming indie bands that's, Ultra Shibuya is sort of trend-setting, They're finding what's good out there, taking risks on records, and they've been in business for 40 years. So they know what they're doing. Asura-san told me that some of his favorite bands are, he definitely recommends these two, Frico. They're coming to Fuji Rock this summer, and Kneecap, I'm gonna have to go check them out this year. And Saikin no J-Rock skina band wa dare datta? Toe. We know Toe. We love Toe. T-O-E. Toe is theory of everything? Imi ga aru kana? Chigau ka? Toe Jam. That's something different. But Toe is a really awesome Japanese jam, psychedelic, jazz rock band. Toe no senpai wa Big Frog janai. Big Frog janai? Big Frog janai. Okay. Okay, that's a little generation gap. Okay, I just wanted to share that he's got his finger on the pulse. You should come and talk to him. He knows about music. He played drums in a band growing up, and he knows well about all the cool J-rock bands. So come talk to Asura-san. Okay. Copy of Nevermind the Bollocks for 3,800 yen. ELO for 800 yen. I mean, some interesting Beatles picture discs, 4,800 yen. I mean, heaps of fun stuff to go through, and it's all mixed up, so it's fun digging. Oh my gosh, this was one of the first records I ever bought. I may have to take this home. It actually was. It was one of the first records that I ever bought. I'm gonna go digging after I go through this. Yeah, Japanese hip hop, Japanese group sounds. This is kind of getting popular with people right now. The Spiders and the Golden Cups and Johnnies, like old school Johnnies. Wow, what's going on there? And the Tigers and whatnot, and new Japanese releases. Flatbacker, I don't know. Jazz, ooh, Astrid, Linda Ronstadt, Ramsey Lewis. Ooh, that looks tasty. Okay, new jazz. Oh, this is new arrivals. This is Japanese jazz. Oh, that doesn't look like Japanese jazz. Vocal jazz, used old school jazz, lots of good stuff. Oh my gosh. More soul, okay. Pointer Sisters, okay, and more soul. Soul's not really my super jam, but there's the Shaft soundtrack for 2,200 yen. And look, the bins aren't like super overly packed. That's the most like packed one in here. Ooh, that's a good record. Tons and tons of good stuff. Bob Roy meets the Fascinators. That looks tasty. Okay, club dance, hip hop, and 12-inch. A Paul McCartney single, Lonely Night for 500 yen. Lots of set singles. Helen Shapiro, 800 yen. Okay, Soul and Disco, Soul 7-inch, interesting book collection. A whole city pop selection here. Oh, Shigeru Suzuki, one of my favorites. Oh, that would be fun. That's just something very special. Okay, lots of singles here. Yeah, with good prices and okay, female and group sounds and males and as I mentioned, like Japanese female and male vocalists, Japanese hip hop, new jazz, shimpin. This is like the new stuff. Message from the Tide, Philip Renellen, Wendell Harrison, Sarah Vaughan. Wow, that looks pretty good. I'm digging and bringing you along with my dig. So yeah. Folk Bitch Trio, they've been making some waves. I've been seeing them out there. The Hives, Blackbirds. Who's this? I feel like I should know who that is. Faye Ubusta. Faye Ubusta. I'm not sure. Can't read the katakana fast enough. Kronbeam, Malibu. Okay, so some hip stuff, you know. Cool stuff. Oh, that's 2,200 yen. It's tempting. New records, imports. I mean, this is not going to interest you guys so much, maybe because it's what a great cover. The Gallows, Desolation Sounds. I love that cover. Good grief, that's awesome. Woo, I like that a lot. That's cool. I would buy that maybe just for the cover. These look great. There's so much interesting looking music in here. And I'm just totally ignoring all of this interesting imported stuff that they work on. They do these. Oh, this one's a hot one. I've seen this before. They've probably repressed this one. And yeah, you can get your finger on the pulse a little bit. Yeah. I mean, wow. And like big collections here. There's a lot to take in. A lot to take in. Yeah, I'm pathetically unknowledgeable about a lot of this. But, you know, you can't know it all. But yeah, if it's going to be at Fuji Rock or Summer Sonic, then you can probably find it here because they're on the, you know, they're in the know about what's out there. I have a feeling that the cool kids are coming to shop here a lot. They've got an old school jukebox. That's beautiful. A Victor jukebox. Wow, that's a lovely pattern. I love that. And yeah, you can sample some of the things on offer. So that's really groovy. Yeah, very fun. Okay, and cassette culture is going off as well. And t-shirts. And Yamazaki, I keep forgetting her name, Yamazaki-san. They've got a big photo exhibition going on right now, which is really cool. And if you're a fan of sort of idol culture, she's got some nice style. I dig her outfits and her accessories. And yeah, it's a taste. You gotta kind of tap into it to understand, but it's a vibe and it's a taste and idol culture. I wish I could explain it to you. I might have to get my kids on TokyoRecordStyle someday to sort of go deep dive into Japanese idol culture. Some of it is really, you know, it might seem not quite relatable to a foreign audience, and other stuff is interesting and good. You have to kind of, you know, I think you probably have to really have your head around it. And unfortunately, I won't be able to explain that to you all that well. There is a bar here that you can get drinks any time of the day, or I should say at least any time of open hours. It looks like a full bar and espresso and beer and coffee. And yeah, it's just like a really, really awesome shop. Ultra Shibuya. And because it's a little bit off the beaten path, you can dig records by yourself. And because I think it's not exactly I don't want to say like a lost leader for the label, but I think that I wonder, I don't know, but I wonder if it's like a small part of a much bigger business. And so they don't maybe, you know, aren't having to sell records to get by tooth and nail like a lot of other indie record shops are. There's a whole nother business that props this awesome record store up. So it's here, and it's 何年前から Ultra Shibuya? 結構5年前だけ. It's only been here for 5 years. So I'm really happy that I've been able to come here over these 5 years. It has changed a little bit, but it just keeps kind of getting better, and I really would love to come and have my own event here. Maybe someday, that's something to look forward to. We can have maybe a talk show and talk about music while we're all hanging out at the record store shopping for records. Yay, so thank you for letting me share this vibrant yellow, orange, like old school, new school, indie Shibuya institution, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna call it a Shibuya institution. Ultra Shibuya. So I'm gonna go back outside. Asura-san, 本当にありがとうございます. Thank you so very, very much. And I'm gonna walk you guys back out here and just encourage you once again. Ooh, it's nice and cool. The sky is that sexy blue. Very nice. And we are over here on the southeast side of Shibuya Station. And I want to encourage you all to come to Ultra Shibuya, a really interesting shop, a little bit off the beaten path and well worth a visit. So thanks again, Ultra Shibuya. Thank you, Ultra Vybe. Check out the Ultra Vybe label. I'll leave a link to their stuff in the show notes. Go check out their catalog. And if your records that you're making, if it's something that you want to try to break into the Japan market, I'm not totally sure, but I think this is the place. It might be a good starting point. I'm going to get to know Ultra Vybe's records a little bit more, get to know their catalog a little bit more, and hopefully come back here in some months or some years later and give you guys an update. But until then, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you at the record store. Bye.